what needs to be done to ensure that we don't have much pilfering? And maybe before we respond to that, we could see Henry Rotich there, the CS, the National Treasury. He's at the top of the stairs of the National Treasury. This is one of those ceremonial acts. There we go. The suit, the briefcase has been raised for the camera, for one of the photo opportunities, and he's then going to come down the stairs, still pause for that. He'll then be joined by some of his PSAs, the National Treasury, as well as the PS to Planning are expected to join him because they also play a crucial part in this. And so it's yet another year for Henry Rotich to hold up his the briefcase, and we could see they have been directed likely by their media liaison there, and that is him and Kamau Thuge, who's the principal secretary in the National Treasury, who are some of the two men who are driving this agenda. And then they have now been joined by Julius Muya, who's the PS in the State Department of Planning. And so again, that trio is represent some of the key school of the brains behind the budget, ideally, because they are the ones who are driving this agenda. So shortly after this, we wait to see whether Rotich is going to decide to walk to Parliament, as has happened sometimes with some of the finance ministers, such as President Uhuru Kenyatta, when he held office there, or whether he's going to get into his vehicle. So we still have more technocrats joining them. We could see to the far right, we have the current KRA Commissioner General Githim Mburu on the far right in a grey suit, and to the far left is his predecessor, that's John Jiraine, who is also there for the photo opportunity on the same. We could see Githim Mburu is the one who's walking back up. This must be one of his first public appearances after he was appointed into office by Henry Rotich himself, because he has a tough job ahead of him, the job of getting this, collecting the tax, and he and his predecessor are walking out. And we can see some of the other leaders who are likely to be some of the team from the National Treasury, the Ministry of the National Treasury and Planning and so from here, the next stop is meant to be Parliament, where we expect him to go and table the document on the same. And a big day that many have been looking forward to, and a lot of anticipation, and not only anticipation but also expectation by many across the board, right from the high and mighty in the country down to the common mwananchi, as they're referred to, some of whom feel that they hope that briefcase today has hope for them. It has pronouncements that are going to ease the cost of living, ease the burden that the economy has placed upon them, and the policies. And so that is the briefcase that we have been waiting to see, and the briefcase that contains the 2019-2020 budget for the Republic of Kenya. And so from here, we wait to see whether there'll be any tax measures that are going to be put in place to ensure that the man we saw earlier on, Githim Mburu and his team, are going to Githim Mburu and his team are going to hit the target that in the estimates stood at 1.877 trillion shillings. This is the highest target they've ever had. Over the years, they have been increasing their collection, but they have never hit the target that has been set for them. So we wait to see whether this is going to be an out of the usual year. It's a lot of focus on the new KRA Commissioner General, especially now having come into office. Everyone is trying to figure out how he is, aside from having been, a commissioner at the authority, how he's going to lead in regards to the efforts to collect this much money. A lot of pressure on him, and let's just listen in and just get a sense of the aura and the mood at the National Treasury. Okay, the last photo we've seen there was with his two PSAs alongside the central bank governor, that is Patrick Njoroge, and you could see the media trying to get an opportunity to just ask him anything. Let's send in case he happens to say anything, and just get the sense of what he may say, if at all anything.
Sasa bado mmesimama mbele bwana.
Simameni hapo basi.
All right, Henry Rotich has gotten into his car. At least he is still in a Passat because there have been concerns about austerity measures and the fact that, we might be having them in Passats because of their capacity, but many of the high and mighty in the government have not been riding in those. And so that is the CS, the National Treasury, having left the National Treasury building and now heading not too far off as it goes to Parliament, and we shall be monitoring also from Parliament. We have the live feed there where he's going to be driving in, and we're going to be seeing the pictures of the same as he and his team arrive. And a lot is expected, and a lot of that ceremonial stuff that happens at the National Treasury entry is one that is a great photo opportunity for him, and symbolizes that we are getting a step closer to knowing what the plan is for the taxes that you pay. Many of us would wake up early in the morning, go to work and work very hard. Some of us, unfortunately, may not have jobs, which is one of the key issues and concerns that are raised over the years. And as if we're talking about even just ensuring that we can create employment. You walk around and even in the CBD, there are people who come here and sit hoping they can get an opportunity somewhere. And Rotich has a lot of pressure again, like we mentioned earlier on, in regards to creating jobs and more jobs. And what has been said is quality jobs, not just any job. But we know that there also have been concerns about, when we talk about quality jobs, people who are probably working in environments that are not conducive for them to be productive. Is there anything that can be done even policy-wise that probably would have been seconded by the Ministry of Labour to ensure that work conditions for the jobs they're creating are actually conducive?
I think, a conducive work environment is a partnership between the government and the private sector. And unless there is trust and there is guaranteed of a return, that environment will not be created. And I think that's a critical aspect of how do we bridge the expectation.
Okay, sorry, let me just interrupt for a bit. We see Henry Rotich, like I said, is not too far off. He's already at Parliament. His car is driving in. And like we said, we are going to keep you updated with this. So there he is, about to step out of his vehicle with this priced suitcase, which holds plans for the 3 trillion shilling budget. He's been received first and foremost by the leader of the national majority, the leader of the minority as well in the National Assembly, as well as other leaders in the National Assembly who are, welcoming him as they wait to see what happens, because this gentleman, as you can see, there's no lady there, also played a part in this process of ensuring that we could have this day come to be, because they had to pass some of the documents and the proposals. So now they're going to have another photo opportunity, because they were not part of the photo opportunity earlier on, after which now they will go in, and in not too long we should expect the CS to begin his reading of the budget, which is likely to take anything close to 2 hours. It's likely to take about 2 hours or thereabouts. So we wait to see. There he is with some of the leaders. We have Kimani Ichung'wah, who's the chairman of the Budget and Appropriations Committee, and they are there looking. There's some excitement around him, and we hope that Kenyans will have the same kind of mood when the CS finishes his speech. As you can see, the work of the media, not always the easiest one. And there he is with the chairman of the Budget and Appropriations Committee, that's Kimani Ichung'wah, who's also the member of Parliament for the constituency of Kikuyu. So from there, he now takes another one with his PS, the National Treasury. A lot of photos going on here, and so I think after this, we wait to see now where the rubber meets the road, where we're going to see, to listen in and take note of what is going to be seen. And we'll be here to just break down the details of the budget, as will have been presented by him. And as we had earlier on said and stated, that there's a whole procedure that goes into preparing the budget. And this 3 trillion shilling budget, the highest ever for Kenya,